Samyo, your English instructor, and today we're going to deal with the exercises of Unit 14, Power and Politics, titled Napoleon Bonaparte. So let's begin.
Exercises, ways with words. Number A, choose the correct meaning of the underlined word. Number A, many portraits of Napoleon show him with his right hand placed inside his coat. Number 3, sketch. Number B, Napoleon won one victory, defeating the Austrians in 18 battles. Beating. Number C, portrait painters thought this pose made men look more dignified. 1. Good looking. Number D, they announced France a republic. Number 1, officially declared. Number E, Napoleon conquered Austria in 1805. Number 3, triumph over. Number F, there was no place to house his soldiers in the bitter Russian winter. Number 2, cold. Number G, Napoleon was humiliated when he was defeated. Number 4, shamed. Comprehension. Answer these questions. Number A, where was Napoleon from? Napoleon was born in France. Number B, why did poor and middle-class people declare France a republic? The people of poor and middle class were fed up of paying high taxes to fund the king and the nobles' luxurious life. Hence, they started a revolution and proclaimed France a republic. Number D, what did he do when he ruled France? Napoleon brought many reforms to the nation, such as restructured the French government, established the Bank of France, reformed the existing laws and rules. Number E, which countries did he rule when he was the emperor? He ruled over Italy, Switzerland, and Germany as emperor. Number F, what was the main cause of his destruction? The Russian invasion was the major reason of his downfall. Number G, how did his rule as emperor end in Europe? His reign over Europe came to an end when the Europeans assembled their forces. Number H, how could Napoleon have been an even greater ruler? If Napoleon had not been driven by power, he could have been a better leader. Critical thinking. Number A, what can be the qualities of a great leader? Can a great leader remain in power for long in a country? Discuss. So, when you write the answer to this question, first of all, you need to address what are the qualities that a person requires to be a great leader. So, qualities such as responsibility, empathetic, sincere, confident. So, these are just a few qualities that a great leader must possess. They must feel responsible towards the development of the nation. They must have empathy for the people living in the nation because not everybody has the same situations going on in their life. They need to be sincere. They need to be dedicated towards developing their nation and not think about corruption in any way. They must also be confident enough to lead the nation to a bright future, and they must have updated knowledge because the world or the nation cannot run on the old and unupdated data. There are newer ways which ensures efficiency. So we must stay updated of all those things to ensure that the nation is developing. And most importantly, the leader has to be accountable. We are all human and we all make mistakes. However, a great leader possesses the quality to hold himself accountable when they make a mistake. We must learn to own our mistake and then learn from it. If there is any human being who says that they have not made a mistake ever, they must be delusional. All of us are human and we tend to make mistakes. So, addressing the second portion, if a good leader possesses the qualities previously mentioned, then yes, they can be in the position of power for a long time. Why? Because at the end of the day, the citizens want people who are responsible, empathetic, sincere, confident, updated, and hold themselves accountable. at the end of the day, they all want a good leader which would lead the nation instead of drowning the nation. So, if a good leader leads the nation to a brighter future, then yes, many people will prefer them and will make sure that they stay in position of power. However, a bad leader, the one that does not possess these qualities, they might not be liked by the citizens and they might be forced to abandon their positions. Question number B. The 16th President of the USA, Abraham Lincoln, said democracy is government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Do you think it is perfectly applicable in the present context of Nepal? Explain. To simply understand, we must know that people who get into politics, people who work in the government body, they all have a common goal, which is to serve the nation. Basically, it is for the nation. So although nation refers to the country as a whole, but nation is also a representation of all the citizens living there. So, you want to work for the nation directly means that you want to work for the citizens who are residing in that nation. So, democracy is defined as people. So, the government is basically of the people. It consists of the people of the nation, and people follow democracy for the people of that nation, and it should be adhered to by people of the nation. So, although the concept of democracy is not new in Nepal, however, it is not quite applicable because corruption exists, no reforms in policies or plans, they are outdated, they do not align with the current scenario, equal say in making decisions, it is not applicable, it is only in writing but not practiced. We are very much aware that Nepal is extremely unstable, especially politically. Although we are supposed to wait for a certain period of time for the re-election, but unfortunately, even without this tenure being completed, people do as they please. So due to which, the sayings of Lincoln from the 16th century is still not yet applicable in the context of Nepal. It is quite difficult for that portion to be implemented. Homework, writing. Write an essay on power and politics in about 500 words. Define these two terminologies, power and politics. Then you write about how they correlate with one another. What is the relationship between power and politics? How come the both of them go hand in hand? Write about that. And number B, write a couple of paragraphs about a national hero who fought bravely in the Anglo-Nepal War. So you need to look at the history of Nepal and you need to choose a specific hero who had fought in the Anglo-Nepal War. Write about who they are, where were they born, when were they born, how did they come to participate in the war, and why do we still remember them as the national hero of the country. So if you address these questions, you will be able to answer the given question. Next, another one I want to add on my own. Number C, what lessons can we learn from Napoleon? So, although Napoleon was a bad or an extremely cruel leader, there were a few good qualities in him. He was ambitious, he had a specific vision, and he had plans on how to execute them. So what are the traits that we can take from Napoleon in order to improve our nation as well? Mention those points and you can answer this question easily. If you have any queries, feel free to email us at learning@dearwalk.edu.np. Thank you.